So today I'm going to be sharing about how being part of the Christian life community has impacted my life. So first of all, I would like to say na just because you have a relationship with God doesn't mean that you are a better person than other people. So that's something that we always have to remember. However, it does make you a better version of yourself, hopefully. So yeah, the first major impact that CLC had on my life is, of course, me having that relationship with God. It's because when um, you're part of CLC, as we have said, we base our practices on Ignatian spirituality, the spiritual exercises that St. Ignatius of Loyola has taught us. And these exercises are very different from formulated prayers that we usually know as Catholics. So that means it becomes more personal because you don't just speak to God, you just also try to listen very intently to what God is saying to you. Because of that, and because of exercises like the examen, you really gain a lot of self awareness and you really contemplate on the current situation of your life. What are your habits? How have you been treating people? And it allows you to make action steps for at least the next day, the next week, the next month, and it gives you more direction on how you can be better in the next days. So the exercises also use a lot of the scriptures on the Bible. So being in CLC also helped me understand more not just what the words mean, but also the context or the history when they were actually being written. So I would like to share with you also three of my favorite maybe lessons or reminders for myself that I got from my journey in CLC. So the first one is to always do the most loving thing to do. So even when I speak to other people, I always think about what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it more than 5 times in my head first before I actually drop it to other people. Because even our words can be hurtful, and just reflecting on those things, just stopping before acting and thinking about, is this really the most loving thing to do or the most loving thing to say, it makes you better in every action that you take. And the second thing is that God always meets you where you are. It tells you that even if you are very distant from Him, He is there. Even if you are lost in your journey, He is still there, and He is the one who will actually approach you. You don't have to be doing anything, you don't have to exert any effort. He is already there, and God will meet you always where you are. And the third one would be that we cannot really ever define God. So from before, I always thought that, okay, we should be fearing God, we should be afraid of God because that's what I hear from the adults, right? Parang dapat may takot ka sa Diyos, etc. But also, I discovered the very loving side of God when I discovered CLC. But also, there are even more things that we can discover about God. And so that means we just cannot really define Him ever. And that's really wonderful as well because there's always more to get to know about our God.